See, we have Mystic already in the chat. Very good evening, lovely. Hope you're keeping well, John. Oh, you mean little Sally? Little Sally's cute. Little Sally wouldn't hurt you. We have Sally and we also have my little squirrel, actually. Just because my area in the shed, while we can't go live out there as well, is kind of being used for other things at the moment, so we thought best to bring in and keep safe. So but yes, hope everyone is keeping well. I know we've got a few more people in. So if you guys could hit that like button on your way in. John Bristow, hi lovely, how you keeping? I'm sure you've been on our lives before, haven't you? And Brian at Finton, very good evening, lovely. You keeping okay, Mystic? I just thought I'd wait for a minute or two just to give a chance for people to join. Good evening, Paul. Hope you're keeping well. I've got a day or so doing some weathering. Brilliant stuff. I've just been doing stuff for the update today, so that should go out to our patrons tonight, I think. And then the update for you guys tomorrow. And Brian, very good evening, lovely. Brian 1 and 2. Yeah, we're getting a lot of people of the same. We're getting a lot of Johns, a lot of Brians. We've got a couple of Marks as well, I think. Yeah, we've got those 2 Marks that I can think of. A few Johns. Yes, we've got a few that... oh, I don't know if we're doomed. Brian's haven't done me wrong so far. So anyway, after the last fiasco, the last live, that hopefully crack on more with this laser printed stuff. Or lasers, if people get that reference. I would imagine most will, to be honest. Except I also want sharks with freaking laser beams. Mystic's name is John. That's what I mean. We've got a few different Johns, Brians. Brainy is my nickname. So yes, first thing we've got to sort now. I don't think we use the laser cut initially, but it's the front canopy build up. So I think that is still using some of the card kit. Yeah, front canopy in a bracket. So this sheet I think I'm going with. There is only one Steve. Well, Totally Scale Models is Steve as well, unless that's who you're thinking. Call me PT. Fair enough. Does that mean everyone will complain to you when their internet isn't working? How can you not remember my name? It's Route 7 Railway. I'm not sure if we've seen you on here before, my love. If we haven't, a very big welcome. If you have, I totally apologise and I really cannot remember your name. This is where you turn around and say Brian as well. So I'm just going to get on with a bit of cutting while you guys are having your usual start of the live chat with each other. Brian, we should call you Maureen. Andrew B. Swadville, nice railway station building. I've had 2 of them in the past. Andrew, I assume you're new, lovely, so a very big welcome to the lives. It is lovely. We seem to be reaching more and more people now, so that is lovely to have new people joining us. Yeah. A few new ones again. Have you and Rob? How have you and Rob? We're okay, you know. It's actually cooled down a lot more than it has been. It's still a little bit warm.
Evening all. Can I pick on you on your live?
Why?
How did you watch my ballasting video?
Why?
Answer me.
I thought I watched it all. Why?
Okay.
Why? You were there when I did it anyway.
No, when you did the actual pulling the ballast. I wasn't.
And did the what?
When you were pulling the ballast.
Oh, I did tell you I struggled with that.
Yeah, do you know why?
Don't tell me I did it wrong way or something.
You pushed it.
Oh, was it a pull?
You're supposed to fill it and pull it backwards.
Oh, I didn't watch that bit. I don't think, because that bit was kind of common sense, but...
That's all right. Gives me a chance to take the mickey out of the text.
Now people know what the update is going to include. You're enjoying having that power of a text bar, aren't you?
What?
I said you're enjoying having that power of a text bar.
Yeah.
Hot and humid here in Rhode Island, yeah.
That lot sitting there behind the internet always stick up for you, so I'm going to pick on you.
You're hearing this, guys. Pete hasn't actually, to be fair. Digger, hey buddy. Yeah, has anybody actually heard of what's his? Of Delph Junction. He's usually quite an avid viewer on ours, but like Rob's just said, he hasn't actually been on for a while, so if anybody's heard of him and knows if he's on holiday, right, it might just be that, but Rob's going to drop him a message, but just in case. Machine New Zealand. Hi, lovely. Have you been on our live before? I know we do have a few that tune in from New Zealand. Route 7 Railway. Have you told me your name, lovely? If you have, I'm sorry if I've missed it. If you'd rather not, I do respect that. And Machine NZ, I'm assuming New Zealand. If you want to tell us your name as well. If you don't, that's not a problem. But I'm loving how we're getting new people on every live at the moment. It is brilliant. And the Rail Richard, very good evening. Yeah, you've been watching my channel for a while. Kevin, I'm awful with the lives or just the episodes of it. I do recognise your name. Like your name, but I couldn't remember your actual name. If you can translate my Gracie's there. That's why I thought NZ New Zealand. Shoberton, Tony, you okay, lovely? Brian, very good evening, lovely. So we've got so many Brian. I think we've got like 3 Brians in here at the minute.
No, we've already said the Life of Brian joke, so we won't say it again.
Please don't. I'm just catching up, so.
That's right, I'm going to milk that as much as I can now.
Of course you are.
You Wally.
Well, it works.
It would have worked better if it went the other way.
Plus this phone, I'm going to the PC. Well, it works that way, so why does it matter?
Because the brushes are there to level it out after you blade this.
You mean when you've compared mine and said about little bits that were hanging off from the level?
It's got brushes on it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, we're having a bit of a domestic here for a second. It's got brushes on it, hasn't it?
Yes.
What is the point in brushing the track before laying the gravel? Because that's what you were doing.
Making sure it's clean and tidy.
Right, okay.
All the rubbish and that people dump on the train lines. But there is a question for you, right? You look at your one that you did, and you said about mine and picking it all off and everything like that.
Yeah.
You've got bits that are above the level as well. Yes? Domestic over, guys. You can peer your heads out from behind the sofa. Life of Brian, nice one, Rob. Yeah, he was doing them all the last time. I hope you're okay, Choberton, anyway. So, anyway, getting back to the build. I always seem to get distracted. It's like I see a scroll and I'm gone for 5-10 minutes. Now we need our canopy sheet. Oh, well, I'll put that's under this one. Originally from Norfolk, now living in New Zealand. Yeah, I thought it was New Zealand. I couldn't remember the Norfolk bit. I just couldn't remember your name, oddly, that was all. And SJ Dusty. Simon, how you keeping, buddy? Oh, how are people's channels doing? If anybody's near to a milestone, let's shout you out and get your channel out there. Especially as we've got some new people here again today. See if we can get your channel out to more people. Like I said, I have a brilliant team of moderators or admins, whatever you want to call it. And they are pretty good at putting the links up for me while I'm doing this. So, Choberton, how's your channel doing? And whose channel was it on the last one? I've nearly got 1,000. Yeah, it has been a bit warm, hasn't it? It's been ridiculous. So where's that going? So the one thing it does say is making sure it's flush with the front, although the way it's built, to be honest, it's good as anyway, but just make sure that is flush with your front. Flat iron bit at the moment, but then I'm not putting up much content, so not a problem. Fair enough. When you start posting again, let us know and we will get it posted. But I'm sure there was someone else who was nearing that 1,000. I cannot remember. This is my memory. We know what it's like. There was someone on the last live, I'm sure of it, was nearing 1,000. Obviously, again, because this is for glazing, I will be going with the PVA glue. Obviously, compared to the rocket glue, you use a lot more of the stuff. But I do not want to risk it getting onto the glazing part. Obviously, this one you probably could get away with it with the size of it. It's not as small as the windows, but I'm not going to risk it. Obviously, cutting in my edges as well to get it to stick. Because I think that was Paul's idea when I had these thicker sheets. And to be honest, it's stuck a lot better than not, so... Grace, what's Rob doing while you're working? Enjoying a drink with an umbrella in it. Well, we haven't got any, but I'm sure he'll ask for one now. He's actually at the moment editing the update for you all. So for once, he is actually doing some work. I know it's impressive, isn't it? Rather than me doing it all. So I'm just going to get these clipped up as well, just to make sure they stick. With it being the PVA, it will take a bit longer to dry, especially because this is slightly bigger and just fitting your glaze into the windows. Jason, good evening, buddy. So, pretty sure it will be the other way round soon enough when you get back to it. Right, so I need my canopy wall plate, wherever that is. So for anybody that's new to the channel, is that one? No, I don't think so. No. We got to where we are actually because of Jason at Barnabas Junction. He found us and did a live stream with us after, and that's really what got our channel going. So if you're also looking for more channels to follow, definitely head over to Jason's at Barnabas. And if any one of my admins, or I don't know what we're calling it, is it admins or moderators or whatever, if one of you would mind adding the link, please. And Machine New Zealand, Kevin, you're heading off to work. No worries, buddy. Take care. Just enjoyed a roast chicken and lots of Baileys to wash it down. Oh, sounds nice. Dave Swindon, very good evening, lovely. Just checking what bits I need next. So the side street front canopy. So it means we can sort this out just while that is getting some drying. As I can see, it's actually lifted a touch. Let's give that another bit of glue. Get that stuck down there. Just need to clip it right because it's being a pain. And I've just thought about something. Rob's mentioning me with my watching his video wrong and doing my ballasting the wrong way round. I've just thought of some ammunition I can use against him when he comes back down. So wait until he comes down next. I do have a new blade here. I'm just useless at changing it. I can put it on, but I'm useless at taking it off. So when Rob comes down next, I might ask him to swap it out for me. So back to the rocket glue for the short while. This bit doesn't involve any glazing at all. It's the front canopy we're working on now. Need to fold over the tabs to make that double. Thickness. Is there a mountain update coming along? I would be giving it away if I said too much about what's gone on. I know at the last stage we had it, oh, what's the word? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Plastered up. One problem at the moment with hills and that is getting static grass. But the update does come out tomorrow for you all. Obviously our top tier patrons do get to see that a little bit early. So they will probably see that later this evening or in the morning. But it is scheduled to, or it will be scheduled to go on tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow evening as well. Yes, I did get plastered, didn't I? What was it? Someone said in my last live in the week, you know, I've teared down mountains, rebuilt them, got plastered. I quite like what was said. I'll have to find it again, actually. I think it was Gavin Fry that had mentioned that. Oh, you don't want to stick either. Let me just hold that stubborn one down for a minute. Where have I seen it? Where have I seen it? I think part for that. Not on that one. So I've got the canopy in a side bracket as well. I got my wife to help with some plastering once. I'm hoping she would enjoy it and help me with my layout. No dice, she hated it. Was she quite creative? Because she might enjoy things like these kit builds or the static grass, things like that she might enjoy. The plasters, I wouldn't say it's the easiest part for sure. It's quite fiddly, isn't it? So this just says something about a recess, the top edge. So I believe there is a gap to be left at the top edge, so making sure it's flush with the bottom. Yes, because then you have your canopy braces. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one stuck as well, because that will work and fit there once it's bent around. RGJ Installments, very good evening, lovely. I'm totally sorry. I have gone blank on your name. I haven't got it down on my sheet, you see. She occasionally watches a train run with me, and that's about it. Oh, it's a shame. Alex Page, very good evening, lovely. I seem to think you have been on our channel before. I could be wrong. That being said, I'm usually wrong about a lot of things. Men don't admit to him that I've actually said that I'm not usually right, because a woman never admits such a thing. If you'd watch him a stream, I'll hear footsteps in a minute, probably. If not, he'd never know. No, it's a shame, isn't it? But then I suppose it is unusual for couples and females to be into the layout. We know that there's not many female modelers, so I don't know. Is there any other couples that do it? I'm trying to think. I know a few like Sam's Train have had their other halves appear. But I don't know much about how many actually do the build together. So I'm just going to attach a little bit of glue in that corner as well to get it to stick. Rachel and Sean at Angels of Crew. Oh, I thought it was just a female. To be fair, so I learned something new. Learn something new every day. There we go. So I'm just going to put that in the middle again for that little bit of extra support. Just when we get the braces on as well. Digger and Jimmy are a good couple. Oh, which one's they? Gots have heard of them. Again, just making sure that bends over so it's stuck correctly. There's nobody worth bothering about, don't worry. Oh, okay. Huh? Okay, now I'm lost, although that's not a hard thing to do, to be fair. So the next thing we have is our brackets. So what I just want to check is here. I think I've only got 2 of these ports. Good evening, Tim. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Right, so got some brackets, but not. Just seen them as well. Joe Radar, very good evening. Railway 187, very good evening. You remind me of your name, please, lovely. I know I've seen you on others. Have you been on our live stream before? I know you watch like Jason's and that. I'm not sure if I'm confusing it with that or you have been on the stream. It's there we go, front canopy. Just everyone saying hello to those that are joining us now. Yeah, it's coming along really well, isn't it? This is the start of the front canopy. And then I think a lot of it goes onto the laser cut work, so... Anyone, so Tim's asking, does anybody know of a good value diesel depot building? I've seen some that are trading for like 120, Jesus. Railway 187 looks like a fantastic station building, quite a big one though. Won't fit my new layout and building now. Only 95 by 85 centimetres. Wow, yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? With some of these bigger buildings. Makes us wish at times we had gone N gauge. So this one I'm also going to glow up the support actually because that's worked well. Why did you not tell me? Oh, I thought you'd have assumed it. It's Tuesday after all. Engage is way too small for me. I can't see the details very well. Yeah, it's catch-22, isn't it? I often try to shrink buildings to get them onto my small 00 layout. I enjoy 00 as well. As I said, after making that fire station. It is crazy, isn't it? So we've just got to add the supports as well and braces ready for the canopy. 11 scale, so much can fit into a small space. Yeah, that's the advantage over it, isn't it? So how are we bracing this? So I'm debating whether this is what that recess is for or not. What do you think, guys, who have built this? Because you've obviously got that small recess here. Do you build it and fit it onto that, or do you just stick it right on the corner? I'm having a guess that it's actually this, because when you've got the canopy, it goes something like that. But just checking in case I'm wrong. Gav Close, very good evening, lovely. Yeah, that's the one thing with 00, but in Metcalfe kits, from what I gather, the Engage is more expensive even though it's smaller. So we're just going to build up these supports. This is what will then be used for the glazing canopy. And I'm going to attach a sliver here as well. Wherever my tweezers are. You don't have to use the tweezers as much as you do on Engage, that's for sure. Make sure we're in that little recess and we're in the right spot. Something's not right there. Yeah, too far back, I believe. No, that was right. That's what happens when you second guess yourself. But we're losing that right angle. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, we found out about TT as well. Keep the top edges flush. Well, how am I going to do that when it's... Oh, unless it's flush with that. There we go. First one done. There's just not enough of TT yet, is there? I think that's the problem for most. You think on the side of our layout, if we'd have had TT, we'd have definitely a lot of kit bashing, isn't it? Yeah, meant to do that. This is the only disadvantage with this glue sometimes. There we go, keeping our right angle there as well. Rid of this glue so it doesn't go onto anything else unknowingly. So I just need to make sure this is fully dried then, because the next part is attaching the glazing, so I don't really want any of the rocket glue. The chance that it gets onto the glazing. Everyone having the chat about TT120. Yeah, Zed's gauge is very difficult to come by. Trevor, I know, he's struggling. I know he does a lot of it himself. So I suppose if you like the challenge of kit bashing, then it's definitely the gauge for you. And you're not using a lot of room, but I'd imagine it would be quite difficult to even get a loco in that size. You know, Trevor's still struggling to get anything really. You know, while you can kit bash a lot, I would imagine it's very hard to kit bash an engine. Oh, you know, you said about my bad, what's the word?
English?
No, what was doing out there?
Oh yeah.
What was it?
Ballasting.
Ballasting.
Yes.
Would you like to tell everyone, seeing as you did blame me on a video, the video quality behind that?
Oh yeah, you guys might find this interesting actually.
Blamed me.
I apologised to both of us. You know, we were having these issues with the 720p on video editing. Well, I need to find a different movie maker because I've been using iMovie on the Mac. And if everybody's aware of all of our videos starting up with the train, that was filmed many, many years ago on a phone. And obviously that's 720p. Now, when you're editing iMovie, it doesn't matter what resolution you film the rest of the video in. The first clip is one that counts. So whatever's in the first clip is the resolution it goes in. So everything's been picked up at 720p because the first clip is at 720p.
So not because I set it at 720.
No, not because we set it, which is why I apologise to both of us. Which is why I'm just going through a load of different editing suites now.
Yes.
I might have to pay for one.
Well, we can get Adobe on with our Lightroom. Just get the full works.
20 quid a month just for that one program.
Not including, because surely isn't there used to be a way that you could get it within, because Steve also got all of them, but I think he said it's something stupid like 50 quid a month or something.
Yes, yes. But £20 a month for that program, Premiere Pro.
Jesus.
I'm like, hell no.
No.
I'd rather find one and just pay off in one go, because you're talking £240 a year for that. And there's one program out there for £249, one off.
Only problem with these other ones is they don't update, and that is catch-22. Adobe Premiere is the go-to editing suite, isn't it?
Did we find out where Pete was?
No, I don't know if anybody knows. Might be worth dropping him a message.
I'll go do it.
I'm thinking of switching to DaVinci Resolve from Premiere, as I won't have access soon. Anyone using that at the moment? Oh, Rob NCH video pad. Right, he's just currently outside watering the plants, but when he gets back in, I will let him know, guys. So now that we've sorted this, we have to turn it over, and it's now attaching this, which I don't get how that works because it's up a degree and it's now that's interesting. Unless it goes on top. I'm assuming it goes on top, guys. Let's see how this goes off. Yeah, because it says turn it over and fix the underside of the glazing. So I would have said that way, but it isn't. I don't think so anyway. No. To me, it goes like that. So I don't get why the underside of the glazing. Now fix it. Turn it around and then fix it. Right, I'm with it. My brain's not working anymore, I don't think, guys. I use iMovie 2. I film in 1080. I adore how easy it is and use it on my old iPhone 6s, on my old MacBook. It's free and good enough for me. Yeah, one issue, like Rob said, is because the initial video wasn't taken, well, it was 720 years ago. So because even though everything else is set to 4K or 2.2, even if the other videos are set at that, it will automatically put everything down to 720. So that's why the quality's been lower than we've been recording at. So the only thing we have seen to possibly do it is put a high resolution video before, and then before exporting you delete it, apparently. Whether or not it works is another thing, however. So we're not sure on that for now. So I'm just going to go and get this attached, guys. I am going to put markings in this side because of it being that thick glazing. Again, I'm just going to make sure these are indented as well. As I said, it doesn't cut through fully, so this should just ensure that we at least get some decent attachment to it. So I hear doggy footsteps on the stairs and a doggy tail. So I will let Rob read these comments when he's back in. Hello, baby. That's the dog for you guys. I suppose it wouldn't be alive without the doggy coming and saying hello. Woof woof, yeah. She can be talkative when she wants to. So again, I don't think I'm going to use rocket glue for this because you've got your glazing underneath. Oh, John. DaVinci Resolve is a great program, but a steep learning curve if you put in work. It's worth it. What breed? Judy is a Springer. Aren't you? As you sprung up the up onto the sofa, didn't you, to say hello? She does appear in some of our previous videos. And little Morgan was in the last one. She's a Springer, isn't she?
Who?
Judy.
No, Cocker.
Oh, she's Cocker, sorry. Cocker Spaniel. I had Springer in my head.
Blue Roan Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, she's beautiful, aren't you?
With the most amazing blue.
Do you want to read these comments because people have made suggestions? Good evening, Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
Trudy says hi. Oh, hiya, Trudy doll.
Trudy, that's a new name to me.
Trudy's dad's Kara.
Hello, baby. You mean you don't say that to Rob? No, she doesn't, mate. It's usually, "Oi, you, come here." In other words that I would have to edit out tomorrow morning. What comment am I reading?
People were talking about the DaVinci Resolve. Tell you what.
Yeah, I've just downloaded. Oh yeah.
I need to go do my hot water bottle again anyway, so you can read through the comments and have a chat about it anyway.
Oh. So I've got to read through comments.
A few suggestions there for you, Rob.
Okay. How far back do I have to go? Well, I'm downloading excuse me, DaVinci Resolve at the moment. Well, no, it's already downloaded, so I've got to install that. Lumisphere or something's another one. I found a couple of others that I'm going to give a go. If not, I'm going to just have to spend some pennies and buy one, because iMovie's alright, but obviously that mistake on my part, I should have known about it. NCH video pad, is that another one, Paul, to look out for? I'll have to have a look at it upstairs. I can't reach the keyboard on this with Grace's stuff in the way. Right, I'll take a look at that one, Paul. Thanks for the suggestion, mate. I'm not gonna. I really want to get away from this iMovie. It was all right at the start, but as things go on, you know yourself, things grow, don't they? And it's DaVinci Resolve is what I'm using. With 12 page use as industry standard. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at that one in a minute. I'm just at the moment, I'm just compiling this week's update to upload tonight, and that takes a lot of juice. Yeah, my issue is, and no, I'm not looking for sympathy or anything like that, is my brain injury from when I was younger. It makes it difficult to understand things if I'm totally new to them, and a lot of things don't sink in unless I'm actually being shown how to do it rather than reading and stuff like that. Yeah, Jerry, that is what we're discussing at the moment, is a different video editor, because I don't know if you missed it, we had the issue with 720p constantly being on the videos, and it turns out that iMovie picks the first clip in the movie editor as the standards for the entire video. And the first clip on ours is obviously the train coming through Valley Station, and that was filmed many years ago, so that is in 720p. John Bristow, there are a lot of DaVinci Resolve tutorials on YouTube. Are there some fairly simple ones, John? I know it sounds pathetic, but as I say, with the brain injury, it's difficult to understand certain things. I'm one of these that if I'm reading about something, it just doesn't sink in. I can only do it if I see it being done. Oh, hello, Digger. Nice to see you back, mate. We have missed you, buddy. I know Grace mentioned that. John, there are some that start off simple. Yeah, that's what I need, mate. I'll take a look. Idiot's Guide to it. I'll type in or something. I'd like to get away from my movie now. I hope there are robbers. I will be looking at them soon. I'll work in the same way you by the sound of it. Learn by watching. Yeah, it's good to have you back, Digger. Genuinely, we do miss our regulars, and you were missed. That's why we're wondering about Pete. So I'll drop him a message in a bit as well. Yeah, Cheverton. I don't know, as I say, going back to that injury, but it's weird. It's just I can stare at something. It's like Grace has got all the writing up at the moment on the screen for the stream, and if that was instructions, I'd read it and it just would not sink in at all. But yeah, I'll try a few of these, especially that other one. Hot Dog Andy. Yeah, a physical learner. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on there, mate. That's what I am. Robbie's problem is only the problem with the 720p of the first clip. Then you light AI upscale that first clip before importing it into iMovie. That's not a bad idea. It's not something I hadn't thought of myself, actually. Yeah, just upscale that one. I do want to shoot a new one. We've got 1, 2, 3 active steam railways round us. 2 of which are regular, they're narrow gauge, but they're proper passenger trains. So I might try and film them. But yeah, Railway 187, that's not a bad idea for now, is upscale that if I can't get my head. If I can't get my head around the others, then I'll just, yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a blooming good suggestion, is to upscale that one. RB Rail, I'm a Mac user. I've got the iMac in front of me, and I've got a MacBook upstairs, and it's the MacBook that I actually use to do all the video editing. But yeah, I'm going to have a go at that, actually. I'm going to see if I can upscale that initial clip to try and fool iMovie for now. But I'll have a look at the other suggestions. Some of these have been really, really helpful. So thank you to all of you.
And this is what we love about our viewers.
Final Cut.
Final Cut Pro.
Digger Evans, he's probably just busy editing videos for his Only Friends channel.
Yeah, that's what he wants it for, really.
Only Friends, is that a new version of Only Fans? Where was this other one? Can you, when you sit back down, I need to remember KDen Live.
Write it down there on a bit of paper. There's a pen right next to it.
I'll rip this piece of paper off here. Bear with me a second, guys. KDen Live. One of them has said in the meantime, and I've completely forgot to try it, we can upscale videos. So if I can upscale that first clip, and that will fool iMovie into thinking it's a proper clip.
You mentioned as well, because I said to the guys, you did mention another tip of putting a higher clip before and then deleting it before export.
Yeah.
But I don't see how that would fool it, because it's exporting it.
Yeah, Digger Evans, he would do me in a heart. Do it me in a heartbeat. I think he meant do it to me in a heartbeat. Because that sounds so wrong, Digger. Welcome back, but well done for bringing it down to the bottom of the barrel, mate. Right, I'll pass you back to Grace, guys. You take care. I'll go and take a look at this lot now. Cheers.
I don't know if I'm going to be on pass on because of this.
Okay. Yeah, just make sure to say thank you to all of them. There's some really good suggestions in there.
Yeah. So, back, guys. Anything else I'll pass on to Rob or tell him just to have a look when he's just bear with, guys. And she's under the table, so I'm gonna have to leave the door open slightly for a bit. She was gonna go up, and then she decided to.
As long as the window open.
Sorry.
As long as the window open.
Yeah, yeah. She'll probably come upstairs in a minute. You know what she's like. Oh, she's not in a good mood.
Come on. Move, come on.
Judy Bobos. It's a dog. Not going up to bed when she should. I'm the same, Robert. I'm... There we go. So anyway, guys, back to it. So I'm just going to get this glued up. As I said, I am using my PVA on this again because we've got all the glazing, so I don't want to risk getting it onto that. At least if I get the PVA on, you just wipe it off and it's okay. But I've never actually got rocket glue onto glazing, so I have no idea how it reacts. I know people have suggested not to use it on glazing. There is another one. I'm yet to get it. Glaze and glue, that's it. I just still not got it yet. My next big purchase is all the static grass and paint for it, so. I'm guessing that's the same kind of process of rocket glue, quite quick drying. Just reacts differently with the glazing and such. Bear with, guys. I just noticed a bit on the edge that I just want to get cut. Being that thicker glazing, it is harder to get it gone as quick. There we go. Get that just glued on and then sat there for a minute. Bit disconcerting about the gaps.
This guy's gonna knock the window, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh, he actually got back to you then.
Yeah. I have to tell him 4 times to message.
Yeah, because of course you're going to put your address on a public forum.
Yeah. They look nice. They're the canopies.
Yeah, that's the one for front.
Oh, gorgeous.
Just not as easy. I'm a bit shaky tonight, so.
Glasses work better when you clean them, don't they?
Oh. Yes.
I can't actually see through these.
I'm going to have to give that a squeeze because that clip's just not. Just hold it down for a minute.
So the next one, you're going to do finish the petrol station next.
Yes.
Repair that, and then you need to get on because you've got 2 more, haven't you?
I know.
Let's remember what they are. I know one's...
One of them is an add-on to this, I think.
I like the glue bottle you're using. Very good with applying a very thin line of glue.
This is Metcalfe glue bottle. It's actually, they give you 3. I don't know, I've lost one, and one, the pin kind of came out of the little bowl. So I've got to fix it before using it. But they are definitely handy little kits to, little bottles to use.
Not cheap though, are
No, not the cheapest, but they're
they? Well,
worth
they
it.
are, but they are good.
The only thing is sometimes you get the air trapped in it.
Yeah, standing and checking up on you.
It's nice to have you down there.
Chatting to all your online men.
Yeah.
Don't know how they put up with you.
Neither do I, to be fair.
So this bit, this wooden bit, what's this for?
This is for the other side. It's mainly on this next lot, the platform canopy.
Well, that was complicated. So this is what I was talking about, guys. This is why Grace does these, is because I could read this till the cows come home, and I couldn't do it. A couple of the guys said the same thing. They can't learn by reading.
No, I'm very much a doer.
Well, you're not, obviously, because you can read that.
Yeah, but I'm more a kinesthetic learner. If someone shows me something, I'll pick it up a lot quicker than I would just reading it. So anyway, we have some supports to add on in the fit the small double-sided inner bracket into the slot. Right. I've just seen them here. There we go.
I've still not messaged Pete. I will message him in a minute.
So, oh, I heard the door. So this is our front canopy brackets, and the brackets actually fold in half as well to give you that double thickness. Just do that while that's holding that glue in place. Now you can just apply the glue straight away, but I always like to do that fold just to make sure that everything is folding where it should. We've all got preferred glues. I just enjoy the smelly ones. Is it UHU? Is that the one that apparently has a bit of a smell to it? So these actually go inside the canopy as another strength. Copydex, whatever it's called, has pongs with it. I never actually used it, robbed it, so I didn't have to worry about that. UHU smells like bananas. Ooh. Oh, I have to look in that one just for the smell. So anyway, we've got this all glued together. I am still being careful because it is the PVA I've used on that. And again, it will be the PVA I use just for this next bit. Hi, I am Aachen from Germany. Oh, well, very welcome to you, lovely.
What's that? Someone from Germany?
Only 56. Eddie Bell, you look like you're new to the channel, lovely. I'm sorry if I've missed you before, but if you are, very big welcome. Make a lot of these, and I use fine paintbrush to apply the glue. You get good coverage on larger parts, nice control, and never squeeze it out. All you need is a small amount of glue. Eddie, I used to just use my brush, but to be honest, I am converted, especially by these little bottles. I used to do the same. I used to paintbrush it.
I'll leave you to your menu, Pope.
And Ian, very good evening. Oh, Judy, that's a bit of a delay. The dogs come bundling down. Did anybody notice a gap on these with this support here? Or is that just me being too finicky? Or is that how it's meant to be? Because I notice it does look like there is a small bit of a gap when you look at it on the picture. So there's not a lot I can do now anyway. So these brackets fit into the slots. But again, weird, it's got them being in line with the top. Any ideas, guys? Or is that now in line with these? I'm trying to gauge it. To this, it looks like they literally line in place, but they aren't. Jerry or Paul, you two are my go-tos for advice. Sorry, I wasn't looking. So, Jerry, these little inner brackets here, on the picture, they look very much... Oh, turn them around. Right. Again, I just got it looking at that picture. Oh, it can't be that way. Well, that's weird. So turn it around. And it's not... Again, unless I do it that way. No, either way, and I've still got the top. Be right back. Coffee time. Where's mine? So flipping them, and I'm on the same kind of thing. Again, was just going off a picture here. I get slants down, but there is still, it's not as big, granted. I'm just wondering if that's meant to be in line with these here. I should fit into a slot. Yeah, it's in the slot here, Jerry. You've got a slot there for them to fit into. So that's the slot I've got. And obviously I've realised I was putting them in the wrong way. But if you look at the picture on that, as I would say, is where it should be. But the picture shows it like they're flush, which is a bit weird. Because when they sit in, they're not actually flush. But I think they could be in line with these ones. I see the back's a little bowed out. Oh, don't say this to me, guys. Cup of coffee and ice cream. Now, I want that, but I can't go and get that because I'm on little late to the party, evening, or howdy to you, Grace. Very good evening, Gary. Gavin. Ugh. So, which bit do you think looks... There's a gap at the front of them angle bits, not flush. So even if I push it up, but the problem is that's lifted that, but now it's lifted that off it. See, problem is it's PVA, so I've got to be really careful because it's obviously not dried yet. That, I think, is my other issue. Because that's what I mean. I'm looking at the picture underneath. And this is all angled. This is where it should be. For me, that fits in. But as I said, there's just a touch. Oh, this is not helping with the glue not fully being dry, does it? So yeah, you'd think that would be flush, but it isn't. It's not far off. It is only a small gap. Actually, now I've said that. No, because it keeps lifting this bit here. Obviously, that bit isn't to be lifted. See, to get it flush, the only way I'm getting it flush is it's lifting here. Obviously, I don't want to know that. Flip it over, right. Oh, it's lifted that one as well. So if I flip it over and attach them, make sure I do this the right way now. So now I'm going to get this to see. No, it's completely gone. I think what I'm going to have to do, guys, is let this dry before I do the next bit. Because obviously I'm moving all that PVA glue. So maybe it's just partly that as well. So I think what I'm going to do for this bit is just leave this to dry. Because we can move on the back canopy. Trudy, no night, Trudy. So yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to leave this be. I'm going to get it clamped. Let's try and get it to dry. No, I'm going to have to re-glue it, I think. Because, yeah, I've lost my glue completely there. So I'm going to get this re-glued. Yeah, let the glue dry and we move on to the next bit. That's the only issue with using the PVA. I'm so used to the quick drying of a rocket. Maybe I really do need to invest in this glazing glue actually. Because at least I could have used that there. Possibly. So we have to check the heating reminder, even though the heating's not been on for at least a month now. We just still haven't removed it. So I'm just going to get this re-glued, guys. And just leave it there to finish that off, I think. Because it's clearly still too wet to do anything with. It's just moving around so easily at the moment. Get rid of that excess glue. So digger back angle is in that middle pit. The back angle is not 90. Which picture? Sorry, Jerry. Because it's got it at a downward angle. So that's what that is. Is following that. So you can see from the side, this sits on the supports, I believe. Because you fit the supports into the little recess that you've built there. On the sides, you left a gap so it goes into there. So it sits down on the inner side bracket and then up against the back wall. So I think we are fitted in the right position. Possibly it is literally just the glue drying that's the issue. I think that's partly what this is. So I think it's best leaving it. Otherwise it's not going to work at all, is it? As you can see, those are there in the recesses and then up against the wall. I'm going to put that to the side to dry. Pardon me. See where it says fit into the slots. Yeah, into here. So as you can see, these corner ones, and you do it like that. As I said, I'm just being careful for this not to stick there. But the glazing is where it should be, which is at the bottom of these recesses. I can't get it any further up because it's actually resting on this plate. So I don't think I've put it in the wrong place. Above the word fits. I'm looking for the word fit now. Ah, fit the 30. So you want about here, Jerry? I'll wait for you to, you might be getting it. And in, I've seen that message, but I'm a bit of a on saying a certain word. Oh, ample. But I do appreciate it, and Andy actually. Yeah, that bit's not 90. So if you look at it from this side, it's not up at 90. It is angled. Or are you saying that this bit should be 90? Because my only issue then, if that should be at 90, how does this attach? But again, it's these supports here. It goes into that recess that you've left there. The end pieces are upside down. Oh. No, the angle bit should not be 90 according to that picture. I don't think it is at 90, because if we look at it from this angle, it's at an angle itself. Because obviously the end bits I can't do anything about because they were built into it. When you make the front canopy up, you have the end, you just cover it, and then this bit goes flush at the bottom. Or we were building it this way, sorry. This one goes flush at the bottom, leaves a little recess, and that's where the bracket fits into. If I'm wrong, someone please tell me. But I'm not sure how I can get the end pieces upside down, Joe, because that's how it was built. Pick up one of the angle bits, please, to see if it's 90. Will that do as a 90 angle? Trying to think what way I need to show this to you now. Oh, 2 sets, guys. The phone needs to go on charge. But Jerry, if I do that, then oh, where are we at? Where are we at? Oh, where are we at now? 2 seconds. I'm trying to show this to show you the angle. So that's the angled bit. And then this is the one I'm trying to fit. Girls are funny. Why are we funny? Is that because I'm trying to follow the instructions to a T? So again, to this picture, Jerry, I put it down that way. Is that help saying that you're not sure either? Oh dear, am I really stuffed? Turn the bit in your right hand upside down. So that way. But again, I pop that in and you've still got the gap at the top. It's still not flush with the top, so I don't know if that is meant to be there. It's just weird, as I said, because the picture shows it flush. I think that's what thrown me, is the picture shows it completely flush. But this isn't completely flush, there's still a gap. That's the bit that's thrown me, I think. I thought I was right. I thought it would go in line. I won't see the gap, so yeah, all this has been me stressing over nothing then, I suppose. That's why you said the ends are upside down. Oh, I'm with you, Joe. Sorry, it is hard when we're talking over message. Sometimes for me to gauge which bit. Now you've fitted, put a ruler. Oh, pardon me, put a ruler across them to see if they all fit. There we go. Here's the. So, it's probably better if I lower this, actually, isn't it? So I suppose the gap doesn't matter too much. I know Jerry said that. It's actually a lower height. I realise the focus may not be on it entirely now because of the angle. Is this just the instructions slightly leading me astray again, guys? I think that's what it is, isn't it? No, Jerry said, yeah, it doesn't, you won't see the gap, so it's fine to go ahead with how it is. And saying that, I've now lost the other spacer for, oh, there we go, there it is. Yeah, so I should be all right to carry on then, shouldn't I, guys? But I have showed myself that obviously this glue does need to dry now. It's a bit cooler. Thank you for your help as always, guys. I don't know what I'd do without you. This is a social for you guys, and this is a help a stupid one build the Metcalfe kits. So obviously with this, we've got to fit that. And then there is a front canopy. However, because we've shown with the PVA, it's still moving a lot. So yeah, it's not just me. Jerry agreed it doesn't look right by the manual, but it works. I'm even half tempted to pull it off the old one and see if it's the same, to be honest. I can't see how it's going to make a difference because it's under that line anyway. So yes, thank you as always. And then what we have is like a front canopy to go on a canopy. That will go on the front. But as I said, I will hold off for that, even sticking these on for tonight, because the glue is just, and number 4, 6, 8 bus won't see it. That's all right then, isn't it? But I am going to put that away just to dry up and sort these tomorrow, I think. So what we can go with sheet 3 now, this is where it starts getting interesting, is the, that's the last part of it, is the platform canopy. Now this is going to be the interesting one. So I'm just going to have a quick read. Yeah, Digger is always fun. So for this one, I've got 3 different sheets. Anyway, it does tell you which ones are to which sheet. So at least it's colour coded in that. Oh, they give you a jig to build it. Okay. Alright, so that is this sheet, I think. No, I don't think it is. Yeah, the light grey one is the one I'm looking for. So they actually give you a jig to build it with. It's quite technical. Oh, that's a point. Fast drying wood glue. Oh God, not more. I can have the knife if you want, Jerry. That's been one of those, isn't it? Okay, yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting one for sure. Hey. What? Can you just stop here for a second? I'm just going to go get some chocolate, see if that, see if that's now.
Can't, she's waiting for my call.
Oh, she wants it now.
Yeah, what do you want?
Do you want to pass me that egg? It's just something with Coke, tends to help sometimes, doesn't it? See if that can help. And if I've got the Galaxy there, I don't actually know. That'll work.
Look at this. It's that big.
It's my Easter egg.
It's her Easter egg. Can I whack it?
No, you can't.
Please?
You can do it in half. Anyway, you've got a phone call to make.
Yeah, I like breaking eggs.
I know, the problem is it's not been at the fridge, so it's not as... Sorry, guys, I've got a bit of a migraine coming. And for some reason, a little bit of chocolate can sometimes help with it. I can't remember what it is in it. It's the...
Oh, this is the opposite. You want to avoid chocolate.
It's always helped me, though, isn't it? Gimme, gimme, gimme. He's not going to like me now because guess what? I can't actually get into it. So I might need to bash it. Jesus, it's thick. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this egg open. And one of these, I like having it in half. And I think I'm getting a migraine too and don't suffer from. I think it's something to do with the cocoa or whatever it is. Somewhere I read, so I tried it once. And more tension migraines than anything, but it does sometimes help, so let's see. I kind of got it in half. So, sorry guys, just bear with me. Just bear with guys, 2 seconds, because you can probably hear this if I can hear it. Good evening, Mark. I'm just giving 2 seconds to let Rob know I can hear him. Anyway, Mark, Captain Static, very good evening. Andy, first 3 sentences I learned. Give me this, give me that, I want. Or something as my mum always told me, I want, don't get. So, unfortunately, Andy, if you want it, you're going to have to travel all this far to get it. But is it worth it? I've been very good with chocolate this year. Has anybody else got any Easter eggs left? I'm still botless. So this definitely looks interesting. I've never known one come with its own little thing to build it. Hopefully it will make it a little bit easier. But apparently you glue it together. So we shall see. And I'll try not to eat chocolate too loud. Squeaky will get to agree, Sandy. Show me what you just opened. I was out of a room. It was my Easter egg, Mum. Or Dad, I'm not sure who it is. It's the last Easter egg, to be fair. So we had EMSR with my voice, and now we've got it with food. Railway 107. Have to go, guys. I want to finish editing a new video for my channel. See you next time. Have a nice evening. Cheers. Eric, we're keeping an eye out, Eric, for yours. See if we can catch it when it comes out. Thank you for tuning in as well. Creaking door hangs for longest, Jerry. Oh dear, I've kind of lost what you two are talking about. I knew I would do that. So a jig is apparently just these two glued together. Now, has anybody ever used the rocket card glue before or with these? Could have waited for you. Nah, I've got Ferrero Rochers here for you to share with Dad. Still not eating them all. And a few of the coconut lints. Oh, so bond paper, wood and plastic. But has anybody used the rocket card glue and had any good or bad points with it? Pardon me. Oh, I don't eat them. It must be my mum. Joe Raider, take care, lovely. Thank you for tuning in. I've lost the pin again, guys. It's never good. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. This is where I move to get off later and you hear a ow. Because the pin's on the floor or something. Oh dear, where is it? Can anybody see a pin with a blue top? You guys seem to be eagle-eyed more than me. Oh, I really don't know where I put it. I will have to watch my toes. Grace, have you got WhatsApp? I do, but I only tend to use it for family. But we have, if you need to send a message, Garth, you can catch us on YouTube. Not YouTube, Facebook, but we also have an email address. I don't think we've got it on here in the description, but if you head to the video that was John's last update and the Z gauge, we did include the email in there at the end of the video. I think it's rgjtrains@outlook.com. It's .com or .co.uk. I cannot remember which, I'm afraid. Oh dear, I have lost this pin good and proper, haven't I? Paul, I think you found it for me last time. I might have to use the blade. That teaches me for not putting it back in the glue pot, doesn't it? Oh, just a thought, I haven't put my phone on charge, have I? Otherwise it's going to die on you guys. And just disappear. Ah, there we go. There we go, let's get this glued up and the right way. And obviously need to make sure this is lined up. Otherwise it's going to affect the actual building, I would imagine. So the only thing I am going to go back and do is my usual tidy up of the kit with the knife. Just those extra bits at the edge. Really bugging me where that pin's gone, because I'm so worried I'm going to step on it. Anybody ever done that with these bottles? Tom, very good evening, lovely. Hope you're okay. I'm kind of losing it because I've lost a pin to my glue thing. And I can't find it and it's bothering me. While eating chocolate as well, I must add. Nope, it's not in there. How are you keeping it anyway, Tom? This is where it starts getting interesting, I believe. Is that pin sticking it in the effigy? The effigy? What do you mean, sorry, Andy? So I did my usual and didn't put it back. Right. This is where it gets interesting. So we've made up our jig. That just gives it time to dry. It was with rocket glue, but I've never used it on the wood and that, so I just need to get a chance to make sure it's dry. You have a little doll and stick pins in it. Oh! My voodoo doll, you mean? You see, I'm waiting to grab a bit of Rob's hair before I can use it. That's what you're supposed to use for him, isn't it? Bit of somebody's hair. Or something. Just, I don't know, just what I've heard. I'm definitely not a witch who does these things. That's why I have to resort to patios. Come on. So, what do we need for this? Oh, hair on nail clippings. Right, Jerry, thank you. I have to ask Rob in a minute, is he going to clip it to the nails next? At least I'd know where the damn pin is then. So. We need an inner post. Model Railway Shed Dino. Hi, lovely. Been a while since you've been with us. Hope you're keeping well. Don't worry, Rob will find it when walking past barefoot. Yeah, that's probably true. And I would get the blame. Where with a voodoo doll, you wouldn't know. It says it's got small dots in to get it cut, but I find they always stick, and especially being so delicate. There's one there I'm missing. Yep. So these are very delicate and fiddly, especially once you glue them and that, they go very, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, very brittle. So probably making these up before I put me together is not a good thing. But hopefully, because they're bigger than, say, a little church thing, they should be okay. Alex, been fun watching, but I've got 2 foxes, in the garden waiting to be fed. That's why they say hold to the light to see. Brian, you're back with us. So I now need Right, so you've got outer and inner post. So it's now trying to work out which are which. Before I get the wrong ones. You've got 5 right and 5 left. So it's working out which ones are which as well. That's interesting. I think on this occasion I might have to take them apart. I don't usually do like a builder's yard. But I think to make sure I get this one, I am going to have to get these ones out at least. So worried with these. Did you just pinch some of my Easter chocolate?
No.
Says with his mouth full. Now I think it's for voodoo doll time. It's not the patio anymore. That's too obvious. Only you guys will know about the voodoo doll. How we got onto that tonight? Sorry, it's a lengthy call about a project. Brian, don't worry, buddy. People are welcome to pop in and out as they please. So what I'm actually doing here, Brian, is I'm going onto the back side of the booking hole. And I'm making up these posts. Problem is knowing which are which. So for once, I'm actually going to make a small little builder's yard as such. So I know, I think. Actually, I don't think I'll need to, will I? Because it's just one goes one side, one goes the other, isn't it? Unless I'm being stupid there, which isn't hard in my platform canopy. Thank you, Paul. See, you guys always look out for me. Where records. There we go. No, these are all going to be left ones, aren't they? Or does it actually matter? Ah. Tells you how to spot right from left. Yeah, I've just seen that, Jerry. I tell the difference between what I found. Notice there are the facing edge has soft burn marks that give the appearance of weather, and the other side has flash black lines. But they don't look too different between me and you. This could be interesting. I did say those are longer as well, but those are exactly the same. Yeah, I definitely think I need to figure out which ones are which. Because I would have said being slightly different. One is the left, one is the right. But I really don't know, you know. Because these have got weathering. I can't really see on here the marks. If I look at the back, they've all kind of got burn marks into them. So, anybody got experience with this? Ah, the burn marks from a laser. Right. Problem is, Jerry, a lot of these have burn marks on them. Unless you mean that's the leg and then the other side for weathering. This is why I think I might have to get more out, and with your guys' help possibly, figure out which are which. Because I'm not seeing too many differences here, to be honest with you. And I have to be a lot more careful with this blade, as some of you may have just noticed. See, I don't know if I'm going to paint my pole. Think, no, that's my idea out the window. Because that's got flat lines, so I would assume that is one side. But that's got marks on the other side. So I really am not sure. Oh, who's getting a new car? David, very good evening. I will left on the left sheet. Now there's an idea. I don't know, I really don't. Because the problem is it says about weathering. But if you look at all of these on the board, unless eagle-eyed, you will see different. All of them seem to have some natural weathering on them. And then on the back, they've all got laser lines on them. So whether I just pick and choose what's left and what's right, I'm not sure. But they're all kind of the same. God, I'm so glad I've got your guys' help, you know. So yeah, Jerry, I get that bones of the weathering. The laser lines are hidden. But this is for the outer, for the left side. To tell the difference between right and left. And like this, facing edge has soft burn marks. And the other side has flash black lines. So, does that mean it doesn't matter? They're all kind of right and lefts? So, that, are they all the same way? And then... Sean, very good evening. Brian, the black card. That's for something else further down the line. Yeah, the smudges of the outside face, put them all down the same way and see which has burned. All right, let's ignore that for a minute. Ah, no. Gonna have to cut out a couple more, aren't I? I've got another there the same way. Just going to build these up for you guys. Let's play Spot the Difference. Again, we all played as a kid. I would say Where's Wally, but hello. We don't need to find that one. Go, another one. That's that sheet done. Let's go on to this one. Exactly, Jerry. What, Wally? I'm Wally, or Sean's building the farm manor house. Oh, lovely. Yes, Brian, you're keeping everything close to your chest at the moment. No, lay them out and spot the difference. Ah, oh, come on, you could have said Where's Wally as well. I'll openly admit to that. I'm sure if it wasn't for you guys, you and Paul especially, these kits wouldn't even be halfway near as good as they are. I will openly admit to that. I'll be Rail Richard. Good night, lovely. Thank you for tuning in to another night of madness. Definitely think, as much as Rob leads me to do the kits, he might figure this out a bit better than me. He's usually better at this kind of stuff. There we go. So, I believe the middle ones don't matter. As Jerry said, let's spot the difference. Right. I see what you're starting to mean now, I think, Jerry. One, two, three, four. So I've got four evidently have cut lines on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Burnt faces up and see which is right and which is left. So if I, let's play a game, guys. So I've got a burnt one here. That looks fine. Burnt one there, burnt one there, burnt one there. However, I don't know, would you say that's a very faint burnt line? I'm beginning to sound like a desperate woman who's looking at a pregnancy test, seeing if she's got a faint line. But I'm gathering from that, and I'm also looking at a different colour of the wood. I would hasten to guess that this, while very faint, belongs with this lot. Because if I change the colour of lights, that could be white. Ah, that's better light. Yeah, I would say out of all the burnt ones, go back to last and see what side you're missing. Right, that's a good shout then, Jerry. See, what to do without you, Jerry? But the question is, out of which the burnt ones, it doesn't actually tell me whether the burnt is the left or the right. Oh, it says it's outer post. Or is that when you're sandwiching them together? You've got your right one here, and your left one there. Ah, so I would think something like this. Possibly, maybe not. Could I be onto a winner here? I'm guessing that's the idea. So you've got your weathering on both sides. Is there a black light on then? Not a black light, Brian. This light you can change round. So I think we've got it, guys. Finally. How you guys put up with me in these lives is beyond me. Oh, I want to make at least one of these tonight. And just hope the PVA hasn't dried. Because I can't find the pin to fix it. So... Right. Yeah, Brian, it's a light I use for my drawing. Basically, it's got 3 different settings, so it's like a natural light, a reading light. I can't think what third is. And like a computer screen light. It's something that it's 3 different settings for depending on what you're doing anyway. Don't turn the black light on in the bedroom. Oh dear. Why? Is that the bedroom you do your content from, Brian, eh? Is that why you know? So, anyway. So, one thing it does suggest is you use this applicator. Bright light, warm light, and then a mix of both. Something like that, Paul. It's something to do like an outdoor light and that as well. So, CSI Finitum. So, one thing it does say is that no need to put glue in this part. So, especially on this when you build it up. you don't have the slots. That's because later on the truss is fixed into that slot, so don't worry about not needing glue in there. It merely suggests dots up here and then down here as well. Only worry if the bed glows. Again, Brian, it sounds like a voice of experience, that. Oh, it's gone again. Go through pierce that one. So it is possible with a rocket glue to do tinier dots. Obviously it doesn't help. I haven't got my usual pin to put a smaller hole. But once you get used to it, you can control it a lot easier. So here is our second one. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, I have got a bit at an edge. Like where I never want to use one in a hotel room. Yes, I've got experience, Brian said. Am I going to read out your next one or leave everyone wondering? No, Brian actually says it was to see where the cat was spraying. Well, that's his story anyway. Stephen Cameron, very good evening, lovely. Hope you're okay. Now, I am actually deciding that maybe I should be quick on this, because if any of this has gone into the jig, it's very unlikely that I'll be able to get it out. So we're going to get this other one built up pretty sharpish. Didn't actually need to put glue there, force of habit. Just home from the club. Ah, time to catch before we go. As I said, I've been on. Right. So I need to get this out before it dries completely. So I'm just going to work it the opposite way. And that also gives me a second to check on the lining. Oh. Okay, guys. Rocket glue goes to the top. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know whether to just use the PVA with this and... No glue in the slot. No, Jerry. I know. Don't worry. As soon as I did it, I went, ah, bugger, I didn't need to do it there. So don't worry. As soon as I did it, I went, nope. Because that is later on in the line. It could be that you were delayed with a viewing. So your comment's just coming through now to me. But there's no glue in that slot. It was just this side. I just was doing my usual, putting it down. And that's when I went, ah. So, looks like these might be getting a paint job after all, guys. Even if it's just another brown. Because unfortunately, using the rocket glue in this little jig has actually transferred some of the colour. So it possibly might be better just to use PVA with this. Lesson learnt. because as you can see, it's just put a little bit of that card material onto these trusses. It's not too bad. I've managed to get it off obviously before it dries. But if you want a less chance of it, saying that, I could PVA it and get exactly the same. Obviously, things at the back shouldn't be too bad because it won't be seen. But possibly don't use rocket card glue in it. Jerry, are you breathing a sigh of relief there? Have you noticed that I didn't do it deliberately, lovely? I know you worry for me. So one thing I'm going to do before my next lot is gluing is just also get that card glue where it has dried. Obviously being careful because it is a good fit. So I've got to be very careful not to scrape too much off. Otherwise, that will ruin the fit of the purpose it's supposed to be. So, there we go. I think I've cleared that. Honestly, not a worry, lovely. As I said, I know a lot of here tend to do bit as they're watching. But it is appreciated you letting people know. However, I think possibly I might get these ones done because it shouldn't take too much longer now. And then call it a night. Just don't make the mistakes I did. I kind of feel bad for you guys because it used to go so well with the kit making. It doesn't quite seem to do that anymore. Stephen, I'm in the process of uploading a video of a club layout running. I hope it works. Oh, are you going to be putting that on your page? Where are we stuck? There we go. Oh yeah, that really worked. At least you guys know we must have an alarm in the shed, because otherwise I don't know why we'd set Alexa to tell us every night. But you're guaranteed that one time we don't have it playing would be the one time we forget. So let's crack on with getting these built with the PVA, not the rocket glue. No, that's got to be wrong. What have I done? Right, let's get these out of the way, because these are separate. Yep, I had done it the wrong way, and that's why. Get a ring camera. Yeah, we've already got plenty of them. It's just that whole thing, isn't it? It is handy though, isn't it, when someone knocks on your door and you're not sure who it is. Because at least, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. So I go, you know, if they're still watching, because they've been very quiet, you know, like when my folks are here, you know, I just make sure if they ring the doorbell, I don't answer. So let's get these built. Let's see how quick we can do these. I'd imagine now I've done it once, it shouldn't take long. Are Metcalfe using stronger cardinal kits nowadays? That looks more sturdy than I remember. A lot of people have mentioned that Metcalfe's kits have always been. Are you thinking, I think, is it the super quick kits? Otherwise, I think I've definitely seen that Metcalfe seem to listen to their buyers. You know, everything from instructions changed and things like that. But all the kits I've had so far are really good and really sturdy. That looks like flim plywood. Well, yeah, these are laser cut, aren't they? If you have one out back white and alarm. Because to be honest, Brian, if a weight was set off, they'd probably end up in hospital with ear damage. No, it's not. To be honest, it's very loud and it does get in your ears. It's just extra security, you know, because at least then, if it was to happen, you know, if it's late at night when you're asleep, that would wake you up. If that started going off, that would alert us and wake us up. Where our phones are on silent when we go to bed, so we wouldn't hear the cameras. Yeah, the rocket glue is definitely a lot better at joining them together. However, we've had no leakage. So, thinking where to attach it for bomb here. It's not fully wanting to join. I'm going to get that one. And then I think once I've done these, guys, I am going to head off. Like I said, I'm not feeling 100%. We have managed to get on for a good while tonight. The only thing is we're now working at the weekends, so it's possible, because it's for Sunday as well, in case I don't feel like the live, might do it Friday. I don't know how many people are around on Friday, whether it's viable, you know, and we're going to get the viewers there. What do you guys think to possibly a Friday live? Obviously, with the time we're out, we won't be doing a shift the night before, so. Just kind of getting your feedback there, guys. Friday evening. Yeah, Brian, it's, I don't know if you caught all of that then, because we're working Saturday and Sunday. So I was thinking maybe doing it then, just so you guys get your live this week. But obviously the episode would be coming out on the Saturday, so fear not for that. Andy, you take care, lovely. As I said, I'm going to be heading off myself. So what do people think to maybe Friday evening then this week? I said it could be I do it Sunday night again, but I think the problem with Sunday night is, you know, people are getting ready for work on Monday and things like that. So, where Friday nights, most people are in, and let's see if I need anywhere else. Right, I've got 2 more to do, and I think... And you'd be knackered. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not with it at the best of times at the moment. We're making these kits. That would just make it 10 times worse. Yeah, so it's a catch-22 this. It could be because I've not got the pin, so the hole for rocket glue is slightly bigger at the moment. The rocket glue was leaving a bit of seepage on the edges, but it was joining together where the PVA has not got leakage, but it's not joining together as well. Got to admit. Do it when you can. We're not going anywhere. Oh, I know that, Brian. I know we... But, you know, if more people came and said, oh, yeah, I'm definitely around on a Friday or I'm definitely around on a Sunday, then, you know, I'd try and do it more when people can tune in. I know people are a bit gutted, you know, when they miss the lives. So I do want to try and fit in with the majority anyway. I might still need to do a day live again for our people across the pond, as well as possibly a later one. I've not really been doing it too late as such. So I think, to be fair, I need to... Yep, I think you're right, Brian. Our pregnancy test had it. That's one, while very faint, is positive for this one. Yeah, YouTube is a time vampire, Grace. It will bleed you dry. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, as well, with lies and things. As I said, we really do appreciate you guys and being part of it. So... Yeah, I know a lot of people that miss it as well tend to re-watch it, which I top my hat off to them, because the fact that we're not there chatting, it can't be as... Well, I don't know. I suppose I watch gaming ones. Model Railway Shed, Dino, very good evening, lovely. As I said, I'm going to be heading off after I finish this as well. Friday is good, but always enjoy tuning in when you're live. I hope you feel better soon, Grace Night. Thank you, David. I am feeling a little bit better now, but I don't want to push it. So, as I said, it's not just that, you know, when your head's a bit jumbled, and has been the last few days, but that is at least all of these posts done. Okay, interesting is what comes up next. Don't say pregnancy test, you will scare Rob. Well, I've actually said it deliberately to see if he wonders what the hell I'm talking about, to be honest. I don't know if he's watching in or whether he's still sorting out that phone, that phone call, so. Because I don't think he tends to watch it back unless he's been naughty and swearing, so. Oh yeah, obviously our next one. What's this? Yeah, so you do push it out when it's set. Obviously, ain't got time for that on these lives. So then you turn the jig over the other way, this way. And put another outer post and beam inside the jig. I'm guessing that's not to anything else. Huh? So it gets you to take it out, and then it gets put it back in. And now, if first person being used, it's complete. Huh? Yeah, that comes next, Paul. What I don't get is you put it out, and it says, when the glue is set, push the whole unit carefully out of the jig. And then turn the jig over. That's fine. Put another outer post and beam inside the jig. So, there we go, it's back in. Then fix the unit you just made down onto the other outer post. But I don't think I've got any more outer posts. That's the weird thing. Unless I've just done this jig the completely wrong way. No, because it gets you to push it out. Oh, yeah, I kind of have done it wrong. I did skip ahead, didn't I? So basically, what you're supposed to do, put it in one side with your one, put the nice fancy one inside, that's fine. And then flip it the other side and attach the other way. But to be fair, I don't know, Jerry, as for once have I actually made this more simpler. Because to be fair, that works in the jig. Just as long as you use your common sense, which I don't always have. But as long as you make sure your outers are where they need to be, you can build it up in one jig rather than taking out and putting back in. I've actually preferred this way, probably because I've done it, but I do actually prefer this way rather than building one half, taking it out, which doesn't make sense, putting it back in and doing the other side, where I've just done that all in one. So yeah, I think on that one I've actually made it simpler for once. Yeah, I think for once I have actually done the more common sense thing, which is very unusual for me. And then you've got your base feet. One good thing to get position is to use a jig like this. When first paint the black all the way around as shown here. Huh? Paint. Well, that's for another day anyway.
Oh, are you finishing up?
I was thinking of, yeah.
I'm waiting to upload.
Oh, so yeah, I need to get off them.
I can't do anything until...
That's not a problem. I've just actually made an easier way than what the kit suggests.
What's that?
When you're building up these. This suggests, because you know I had all the separate parts. You put one in, attach the middle one, which is that. Push it out. Flip it round. Put it in again and then attach the other side.
Why not?
Where I just build it up in together.
Yeah,
So
I just need the bandwidth to upload this video.
yes. So guys, that's actually my cue to head off anyway. But it's kind of a good reason because he's now setting up the update, which for our patrons, that will be available to you as long as we stay awake before it uploads. Will be tonight or it will be in the morning before it goes live for everyone else. Hello, dog. Hello. Hello, gorgeous. Yes, I know you want cuddles. So thank you all for watching anyway. As I haven't spoken to him in a while. Again, Mark, no need to apologise at all, lovely. Honestly, it's... You don't have to stay and watch it. I can say I'll make you, but you won't be able to do it. Brian, okay, gross, hide the pregnancy test. Well, luckily, Rob's got out of the room again, so I don't think he knows this is going to be talked about, to be fair. Brian, very good night, lovely. Gavin, Stephen, very good night, guys. Jerry and Paul, once again, thank you for your help with the kits. And I might have found an easier way. So really, I could have done with just doing a quick little one on that separately, because that was a heck of a lot easier. Because it's only the PVA, I might take it apart and do a little short video on this for anybody as a little tip with this. So again, Choberton, very good night, lovely. Tom, Gavin and John, thank you all once again for joining. I'm going to head off now so Rob can at least get onto YouTube to get the update uploaded onto the system. So thank you all once again. But the wife and I, enjoy you watching your lives. That's not a problem. You know, at the end of the day, that's what we're glad is people enjoy them. I don't know why you guys must be mad. I'm sure I'm boring, but if you enjoy watching them, I'm not complaining. And hello to the missus. But anyway, goodbye to the missus as well, and good night to everyone.